Hey everybody, it's Brad here, Wild Boys Brewery, Pookanc channel. Just wrapped up a successful brew day. I brewed a new recipe. I'm calling it Pookanc's Pale Ale, P.P.A for short. I like my Hefeweizens, but I wanted something regular to drink that was a summer beer. My IPA actually turned out to be a double. Finished out about 9%. Haven't got to drink it yet. It's got another week left to bottle condition before we'll start checking them out. But it's definitely not going to be a session beer. It's going to be probably one beer. Is about all that you're going to want to drink, 9%. But the P.P.A is got the idea from Aaron from Love Homebrew. He sent me a Cascade Citra IPA. He bittered with Magnum, and then he used Citra and Cascade. But I didn't use Magnum. I only used Citra and Cascade. I bittered with Cascade, flavor aroma with Citra, and then I whirlpooled with both of them for an ounce each for 20 minutes. The recipe is 10 pounds of pale two-row, pound of Cascade malt, which is a Great Britain malt. It's basically the equivalent to Crystal 35 is what Dan told me down there at Big Dan's Brew Shed. And it's also got a quarter pound of Carapils dextrin malt in it for head retention. And like I already said, it's got an ounce of Cascade in it at 60, another ounce of Citra in it at 10, and then at flame out another ounce of each for 20 minutes. The projected OG on it was 1053. I hit 1052, so I was pretty happy with that, right on as far as efficiency goes. I got some footage of that I'll show here in just a minute. What I'm going to check out today is something that's been sitting. I've been wanting it to mellow out a little bit. Was my chocolate coffee stout I did a couple months ago. Hit a little too hard with the Chinook, and it was more like a black IPA instead of a stout. So I was going to let it mellow out a little bit and check it out. And this is the first time I've drank this thing in a couple of months. So let's check it out. Got a good hiss. And this thing hadn't been in the fridge for very long because I didn't want it to get real cold. Okay, we got a nice, about 2 finger, a little bit more than 2 finger head. Color on it is black, opaque. I'm not getting any light around it at all. It's got a nice mocha colored head, super tight bubbles. Let's go ahead and get the nose on it. Okay, it's definitely mellowed out a lot. It smells more like a chocolate stout now than it does a black IPA. I'm not getting smacked in the face with Chinook as soon as I stick my nose up to the glass. Getting coffee, chocolate, some hops in the background. I can still smell the Chinook in there, but it's not anywhere near as strong as it was. I'm also getting a little vanilla. I used the vanilla extract when I bottled this, just to kind of give it a little more balance and a little more flavor profile. Let's go ahead and get that's the appearance, the nose. Let's get the taste. Cheers. Oh wow, that's a lot better than it was last time I drank it. Follows the nose fairly well. It is still very bitter, but it's more balanced now than it was. It doesn't taste like a black IPA. It tastes like a chocolate coffee stout. The coffee's definitely coming through on it. Very nice. I made this the same time I made that, right around the same time I made that sweet potato porter, the rum oak chocolate espresso porter that everybody likes so well. And it actually kind of reminds me of it a little bit. This was actually the very first all grain beer I ever did. So this one is all grain. It's got a great mouthfeel. Good bittering. The the flavor and aroma of the Chinook has faded out quite a bit, but it's still got some bittering in the background. It complements the taste of the beer now instead of just totally dominating it. It's got a great on the top end of a medium mouthfeel. It's right before being thick, but it's right at the top end. It's nice, good drinking stout. It's leaving fairly good lacing on the glass. This one's I'm gonna go ahead and let it age out a little bit more before I start drinking on them regular. I think it's just gonna get better. I was pretty happy that it tastes like a stout now, like it should. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut to my Brewday. Okay, got my Pookanc Pale Ale going on today. This is the yeast starter I did last night. It's American yeast 1272, American yeast number 2, Y yeast. You can see the Y yeast nutrient sitting there. I've got the mash tun preheating right now. I've got my strike water in 176, and that's going to sit for another 12 minutes. And then I'll dough in. Alright, I got about 2 minutes left on the preheat. I'm going to go ahead and get the grains out and go ahead and start checking the temps. Alright, I got my mash tun. Mash tun's preheated, and I'm going to go ahead and dough in. We're looking for 152. So plop it in. Slap this baby shut. Put an hour, get back over here, put an hour on the timer, and then just wait. Cover this baby back up. I always put a little something on top to help hold the lid shut so it doesn't rise up. This empty bottle will work just fine. And got that situated. I'm going to let it mash out for 70 minutes actually is what I got on the timer. I already had 10 minutes on, so I'll just hit it with an hour, and then I'll be in to do the mash out and start sparging. I'll be back then. Alright, mash is over with. Let's go ahead and hit this thing with some strike water. Get it up to 168, and we'll do a protein rest. That's close enough. Stack 165. I'm going to use up all my sparge water if I keep adding to it. Alright, there's the color on it. I've run about 3 of these pitchers through and it's cleared up real nicely. Nice orange color. It's going to be a beautiful pale ale. And that's pretty much what I got going on right now. Just doing a bit of sparging. Collecting my first runnings. Alright. Let's get this thing so you can check it out. You can see how nice and clear it is. Pretty color. And here's the inside of the mash tun. And we're collecting our first run-ins and then we'll start doing our boil. This camera back in the same place. Probably not a chance in hell that happened. That's it for right now. I'll come back and show you when I start doing my boil. And we'll do some hot drops and that'll be it. Hold on just a second. Okay, and here's the full 7 gallons coming up to a boil. I'll come back when I'm getting ready to do a hot drop. Okay, we're up to a boil. We're going to do the bittering drop, which is Cascade, 7.2 alpha acid, 4.8 beta, 1 ounce. In she goes. And give it a stir. You can see the pellets dissolving. And we have the hop eruption. Sticking to my spoon. Get them off. There we go. And put, let's see, that'll be 60 minutes. I got another drop at 10 minutes, but I'm going to put my wort chiller in at 20. And then I also have to do a whirl flock drop at 10. So I will do, next thing I do will be, see, 20 minutes. That's Pekingese guard dog getting aggravated by his mama. So I'm going to set the clock for 40 minutes. And when that goes off, I'll put my wort chiller in. There we go. Back I'm in the middle of eating dinner, so I didn't film it. I just come over here and did it. But I've started using this Y yeast nutrient, and it works really good. You put like a half a teaspoon per 5 gallons. So you have to take a little bit of your wort out. It says use warm water, but I just took a little teacup and put some wort in it. Put the half a teaspoon of yeast nutrient in it and then stir it up and dissolve it and then put it in. So I did that at the 10-minute drop, half teaspoon of that. I did the 1 ounce of Citra, and then I also did a whirl flock drop. And I've got like 7 minutes left, and then I'll do a flame out, and then I'll do 2 more ounces. I'll do another ounce of Citra, another ounce Cascade, and whirlpool for 20 minutes. Alright, I just did cut the flame off, or turned it down on simmer actually. It's a nice thing about doing it on the stove is you can kill your heat down to practically nothing. Now I just want to keep it above 180 while it whirlpools for 20 minutes. It's got another ounce of Citra and another ounce Cascade, so it's got 4 ounces total. This is a pale ale, not an IPA, so I'm going to keep the IBUs around about 45 to 47. Or, yeah, I believe that's what it was supposed to be. I have to look at the sheet again. Give it a good stir. Got the timer going. And that's pretty much it. Trying to get all the hops off my spoon. Easier said than done. Alright. And that's it. After this thing gets done running for 20 minutes, then I'll turn the wort chiller on, cool it down, pitch the yeast, and alright, I'm transferring over into my fermenter. Nice clear beer. I love it when it comes out like that. And I hope everybody's having a happy Homebrew Wednesday. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I hope everybody has a good one. I'll see you next week. Cheers.